Hello again, everyone. This is Collocations Part 31. This is the 31st video in my collocation series, and like the others, I'll present 5 commonly used collocations to you numbered 151 to 155. But first, I'll give you the opportunity to guess the appropriate word or words to complete each one. Then I'll give you the answers along with an additional example for each collocation. I also recommend that you pause the video at each question to give yourself some extra time to think of the answers. So, are you ready? Okay, here we go. Number 151. And the answer here is be stuck. The complete collocation is got stuck or to get stuck. And the example is our car got stuck in the mud after we attempted to cross an open field on our camping trip last week. All right, to get stuck just means that you can't move or you're unable to move further. All right, and in our example, the car couldn't move. They were trying to go across a field and they got stuck. They could not move the car. Got it? All right. The other two, fastened or glued, they just don't work. Here's another example. It took me a lot longer than usual to get to my mom's apartment in the city this morning because I got stuck in traffic for 2 hours. All right, so this person was stuck in traffic or got stuck in traffic, meaning they couldn't move. The traffic was so bad. Okay? All right, now for number 152. And the answer here is C, ears. The complete collocation is all ears. And the example is, my classmates were all ears as soon as our teacher mentioned that we would get a day off if we all passed the next math test. All right, all ears just means that you are listening intently or you're eagerly listening to something. You're all ears. And in our example, the students in the class were all ears, right? They were listening intently as the teacher said they would get a day off, right? If they passed the test. So they were all ears. They were listening intently. Okay, here's another example. My children were all ears when I told them stories about my youth growing up on our family's farm. All right, so the children here listened intently to their mom, right? When they talked about how they grew up, mom or dad, whoever they were. All right, you got it? All right, now for number 153. And the answer here is A, proportion. The complete collocation is large proportion. And the example is, a large proportion of students in my class were sick last week. All right. A large proportion or a proportion of something is just the number or the amount of a group or a part of something compared to the whole thing. Okay, so this means that many students, right? A large amount of students compared to the whole group were sick in our example. Okay? Here's another example. A large proportion of our national budget goes to education. All right, so a large proportion means a large amount compared to the rest. Got it? All right. Now for number 154. And the correct answer here is C, speak. And the complete collocation is to speak his mind or to speak one's mind. And the example reads, my uncle is not afraid to speak his mind about something that is important to him. Now, to speak your mind just means to state your opinion, usually your honest opinion. That's what it means to state your mind. Okay? The other two, say your mind or utter your mind, we don't use them like that. Okay, even though they kind of mean the same thing. All right. And then in our example, they're talking about how this person's uncle is not afraid to give his opinion. Okay. Especially when it's about something that's important to him. Here's another example. She rarely spoke her mind out of fear that she would offend someone. All right, so just the opposite here. This woman is afraid to speak her mind because she doesn't want to offend anyone. Okay, so maybe that's why she never spoke her mind or gave her opinion, really what it means. All right, now for our final collocation, number 155. And the correct answer here is C, break. The complete collocation is break ground on. And the example is the new car company will break ground on their new factory this spring. Now, to break ground, this usually means to begin to do something, usually with construction. But it could also mean to break ground or to venture into some other field. To start to venture or to do something, okay? But usually the start of something, you're breaking ground, okay? And to open the ground or to plow the ground, they're close, all right? But it's not really how we use it. Here's another example. The government will break ground on a new housing project in the city next week. So like our first example, they're beginning to do something. They're beginning to build something, actually. Okay? They're breaking ground. All right? They could literally be breaking the ground or opening up the ground when they start a construction project. Okay? But that's what it means. Okay? That's all for this video. Thanks again for subscribing, everyone. And to support the channel, please like and share this video. And remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.